What's up, everyone? It's Circus. So, I've been out a couple days. I was sick. So, I'm just going to do, since I wasn't able to do my last breakdown of the fantastic Alien Earth, and I'm saying that sarcastically, I'm just going to do the season in a whole, like the whole recap of what I think about it. And first of all, I want to say it's one of the most, let me start with this. This is why we need to stop doing this 8 to 9 episodes. We need to stop because everything was crammed in this finale. So much. That's why this season was like, we need to do 12. 12 should be standard for all shows. 12. 12, and if you want to go more, that's fine. Because it was a season of confusion and unsolved mysteries for no reason at all. No apparent reason at all. I enjoyed parts of the show. But the thing, it's breaking so much canon that I don't understand. And like, you spend a lot of the money, you can tell, with the aesthetics, the special effects, even the suits with the that was pretty good with the actual going back to practical effects with a lot of the stuff in the world. But it's like, I don't understand where they were going with this show. So how I thought it was going to be in between. So they needed the alien, they needed the xenomorph, so because it's like something you see, you could tell they needed it in the show so bad, but they really didn't. They thought they did. You should have left the xenomorph out. You should have had it like they find all these things, not even the xenomorph yet, and then Whale Yutani says, "I wonder what else is out there." And that's when they send in Nostromo, so that would have made sense. But you needed the xenomorph. You had to have that brand name. And it was like the xenomorph in the show was, I don't know. The second one was smarter, I guess, but the first one, the third, and then the eyeball creature was the most. You could have just done more. You could have done more scenes with the eyeball creature, the Teocellus or Iocellus. Yeah. And then we get this whole thing. So let me go through like all the people in the show. So it's like the dumbest, smartest people. They're not even smart to me. I sit behind here and do reviews, and I could have outthought all these people. Curse any of them. I don't know. Morrow's kind of tough. Morrow was a bright spot. Yutani I really liked. I really like Yutani. Friggin' Nibs was a friggin'. Could you imagine Nibs in what was his name on the ship? Oh, the Asian guy. Could you imagine them in a room just talking to each other? It'd be like watching paint dry. Like, there were certain people in here, and like Joe Hermit, whatever his name is, which is Wendy's brother. There was a certain point when I was in the show and I was like, why is he even in here? What is this? This is another story. This is a storyline that just whatever. Like, it's some attention, it's attachment to Wendy. Like, I enjoyed Wendy sometimes. Like, Kirsch really liked. And can we talk about how he got his ass whooped by Morrow? Yo, Cyborg is tough. I really liked Morrow. I think Morrow's the only one, and like Yutani is only trying. And like Boy Cavalier, I mean, we find out kind of he was smart, but he kind of conned his dad and did whatever that was. But it's like Toodles was pointless, or Isaac, or whatever he wanted his name. Isaac Newton. Yeah, you're nowhere close. Curly was back and forth. It was all over the place. No, I did like Arthur, though. I did like Arthur. I liked him. I really appreciate Arthur. Dame was another one that's like, why are you in the show? I mean, you could have saved some money. You got some better writers and eliminated a lot of people out of the show. And then we find out that Adam, or whatever, his butler, is a cyborg. See, there's so much going on in this little bit of time, and it's all over the place. And make it 12 episodes. They were still long. Make 12 episodes. We're good. But like, I was like, why is the brother here? Like, this is getting annoying. The whole the whole search and rescue team. You should have just made them not even friends. They were just like, I don't know. And then you finally you see the fly, and then the thing that kills me is like, oh, where they said, oh, there was no organics, so it had to find a way to survive on it when it's organic. So okay, but the whole crew, the whole build up to what happened to the crew was very underwhelming. It just didn't hit at all. It looked good. You should have just kept it with the flashbacks. I'm one of those, just keep, not the flashbacks, but when they were doing them side flashbacks and the scene transitions between stuff. And then come to find out, I'm really saying that they're not, that transfer of consciousness did not happen. It didn't happen. They're synths. They're basically synths with imprinted memories. Like some synths, they just start off and they start by the program, like Kirsch probably did. You know what I mean? But like, they're synths, because she even kind of says it like, I don't even know who I am. I don't even know what I am. If I was Joe right there, or Hermit or whatever, you know, I'd have been like, well, I'm out, because my sister truly is dead. And the whole thing with the Peter Pan stuff was getting old. Boy Cavalier he's not a boy genius. He's actually a friggin' idiot. I found him very annoying. Very annoying. Because I'm like, how are you, like, all right, we've already stated. Now, this is the whole season in recap. We've already stated that there's a way in and out of the lab that the xenomorph can go through, the trash chute or whatever, which is conveniently in the lab, and then goes outside to the beach. And it's like, so we didn't block that thing off. And the whole thing, I did not like the Xeno Whisperer aspect of it with Wendy. I thought it was stupid. Thought it was dumb. It kind of turns them into pets. They're very smart. They're very tribal based. I don't see a synth or hybrid, whatever she is, being able to control them. No. And then to say that there's going to be a new season 2. So how much more can you breaking? Because this is 2 years before the Nostromo. This is 2 years before Ripley and the crew take off. Which then was Whalen, but they canonized Whalen and Yutani because they merged Whalen and Yutani. I get that. They made that make sense. That it's one of those where it's like it fits. That fits. Okay. I really liked Miss Yutani. I thought she was awesome. I thought she was great. And it got a little boring with the kind of the hippie, I'm the freakster billionaire, I can do whatever I want thing. Yeah, you're not smart though. I don't know how you got your or trillions or whatever. He's not smart. And can we all talk about the dumbest crew on the Metronome? That, like, when I was watching, it was so painful. I was like, you know what, Morrow, just get out of there. You're the only one. You should have just done this from the beginning, and nothing would have happened. Should have just took them all out. I mean, it's you've been out there for 65 years. You could say there was an accident. Just take them all out. And the whole thing was Smee and Slightly, and then when Smee finally, I don't know, and the whole thing, we're ghosts, we're going to haunt, and we're going to rule, we're going to punish them. Yeah, Whale and Yutani just run through, pick up Morrow, and just blow that thing off the map, blow all the Prodigy City off the map, because it's not going to exist anyway. I don't know how you can canonize this any more than you have. They have to disappear. This whole, I don't care if Wendy and all them dip off somewhere. And like, the show was too much confusion. And we finally get to see the Venus flight, the plant. And that scene was pretty cool. It got the useless friends of the search and rescue team, which actually weren't really friends, because weren't they bullying him before? So why did he care about him? The only one that really was, what was his name? Rashidi? Yeah, he's the only one that really cared about. He could, well, he's still around. I don't know. Everybody's all over the place. Like, we got synths that you thought weren't synths, and I don't know, but the plant thing was pretty cool. So that thing's running around too. So you got all these things running around. And can you please tell me why? If Boy Cavalier's so smart, why do you put your hybrids in a cage, knowing full well what she can do? Why didn't you just like, I don't know, say, hey, we're going to this room. We need to get y'all recalibrated or something like that because we have to get these things. And he could have even been told her, like, we're going to need your xenomorph to help us. So then she'd be like, all right, so we got to recalibrate y'all or something. Like, if you capture them, why couldn't you put them in the machines and then have them shut down? Like, you have no, like, kill switch at all with all this technology, Boy Cavalier. You have no, like, little button somewhere, like a red button you press and they all go down. I don't get it, dude. It's all over the place. It's like, and then Dame Sylvie, she got so annoying. So annoying. Because first of all, I liked Arthur and you did him dirty. I don't even know why he married you. Should have went for somebody else. Because you were not ride or die. You're just, yeah. But she had the dumb, everybody was just so dumb. I can't even call them dumb smart. They were just idiots. Just a bunch of morons with a bunch of money playing with some toys. That's all it was. And you needed the xenomorph to sell the show. All you had to do, if you were smarter, not use the xenomorph, use the other aliens, incorporate that, explain it throughout the season of 12 episodes, saying that, hey, what else is out there? We got these, but apparently they could have said, yeah, we saw something else, but we couldn't get it. It's too good. I'm like, what? You couldn't get it? We need to go get it somehow, some way. Something like that. You could have even used the xenomorph name or something. Say, I think we've called it the xenomorph, I guess. No, but you'll take it away from the Nostromo crew. Like, just say some type of, and then they can see flashback, like they'll you can see flashbacks of it, but not bring that. You relied the show on that just so you could have people watch it. Because, the xenomorph does sell. It does. I mean, it's one of the most terrifying aliens, if not the most terrifying. I think the most terrifying aliens are the ones from Mars Attacks. Like, I would rather deal with the xenomorph than the aliens from Mars Attacks. That's just me. I have a phobia of those guys with the big brains. I don't know. But it just seems like it didn't know where it was going. It had too many storylines. They should have erased the whole brother thing. That all ended. They all died. But whatever. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. And the thing that really set me off, and everybody's like, some people have said, it's 65 years, so they're going to send the kind of the low tier out there. I get that, but it's like, it doesn't mean they have to be that dumb. Would you eat a sandwich in the lab? Wouldn't it be disgusting with like I don't know how strong y'all's stomachs are, but there's kind of like, we don't know if there's some gases which we found out gases come off the flies, right? Or some of them. Yeah. Like, you don't know does anybody eat in lab? Is anybody like a scientist or like works in a lab? Like, do you eat a sandwich, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when you're doing the blood tests and stuff? I'm just asking. Because it seems like everybody's stupid in the future. I don't know how we got that technology. Maybe AI is building it. AI definitely has. Or what is it, Mother? But I like Timothy Olyphant's performance, even though it was a little rocky at the end. Because what is his motive? It's all over the place. It doesn't even make any sense. It's just going everywhere. So even whatever you say with his motive, it was like, it was like that the whole time. It was like, that still makes no sense because it could have been the other way the whole time. It probably should have been that way. And Boy Cavalier, I can't wait. And he's just like sitting there, like enjoying everything. And I'm like, and when she's like, you should run. And he's like, I'm going to run. This is fun. This is fun. There's no way with a person with that much immaturity could hold on that money. Trust me. And everybody's like, well, he has unlimited money, trillions, trillions, trillions. Yeah. And that's why he's dumb like that. because he should have spent it going to schools like Oxford, maybe Harvard, and MIT stuff, because I don't see it. Maybe regular like elementary school would have made him smarter. Oh my gosh, I don't get it. This show it had so much potential. I think the Xenomorph ruined it. I did. I think they should have done it without the Xenomorph and just showed flashes of it. Maybe something from the ship's log that shows it running past and they can't get it. They're trying to capture it, kills all the crew, and they're like, we got to get out of here. There's too many of them. But I don't know. You're like breaking a lot of canon. Sometimes you have to, but this is not the way you do it. And now we'll probably get a season 2. So you can't go more than 3. You can't. Because you even said it. I mean, they've even said it. It's 2 years before that, before the Nostromo takes off. So what are you going to do? I don't know. It's whatever. But that's all I got for the show. Tell me what you think, and hit the like button. It really helps out the videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me your thoughts. I'll answer back as soon as I can, because I want to talk to people about this. What was their perception of this? But poor Arthur. Well, you know what? The two, besides Morrow and Yutani, the two things that I really liked were Arthur and the Tio Celis. And now they're combined into one. So I get that. That's great. So hopefully he goes in there and then teams up with Morrow and kills everybody. And Will and Yutani buries everything, and we start over where we're supposed to. So, all right. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. And I want everyone to subscribe. And I do mean everyone.